Now, welcome, everybody. Welcome to Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast. Yes, I am in the building. And I do apologize for the delay. Dale was just so busy. I mean, tech issues. It was just crazy. And at one point, y'all, I just really started to say, hey, I'm not going to do it. But I said, no, I'm going to do this. So I got it right. It had to make a lot of adjustments. That pushed back to 3:30. But here. I'm in here. Look, those that's gonna be watching, oh, I thank you. And those that's gonna be watching the replay, I want to thank y'all too. And look, I know it's Father's Day, and also it's what? Juneteenth. Also, yeah. So we're gonna be talking about Father's Day. We're gonna be and anybody viewers that want to come up and talk about their father, or say something about their father. I'm gonna put it down in the comments, and all thing you got to do is click the link, and it's gonna have you at the comment on up. And so yeah, say something about your dad, or have a discussion with me about Father's Day, what we're gonna be doing in Juneteenth. And hold on, let me see something. I want to make sure I got this right. All right, y'all. So every time you check come over here, her stuff gonna be right. Not all the time. Not all the time now. You can let y'all allow me like that. Not all the time. But I'm so busy trying to. I'm always trying to do stuff at the last minute. But anyway, so let's talk about fathers and Father's Day. But before I get started, I have a special guest in here with me today, and this is what's the impromptu. Okay, this is impromptu. I guess I'm saying about impromptu. But anyway, my special guest is my son. My son, he's going to be joining me in momentarily. And we're going to be talking about Father's Day. I guess. I got my notes. Show do. Y'all already know when I come up here, I have notes. I can't remember everything. I can't. So we're going to be talking about Father's Day and all, and some Juneteenth stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead on and bring my son up. And I stated again, those that's watching, if y'all want to come up on camera, I'm getting ready to put the link, because I don't want to forget. I'm ready to put the link. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to put the link in the comments. So if you want to come up along with me and my son while we're talking about Father's Day, hold on, y'all. There it is right there. If you want to do that, I'm getting ready to put the link right now here in the comments. Yep, there, right there. Okay, I just posted the link. So if you want to come up, and have this discussion with us, come on up. Without further ado, you might slide over some so you can see. So without further ado, I want to introduce. Y'all bear with me. I want to introduce my son. There he is, Montreal.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, let's welcome in, everybody. Wow, this is my son, my baby boy, Montreal. So, yes, friend, we're going to talk about Father's Day and fathers and father figures. See, because it to me, that carries, and y'all got skin in my eye, that really carries a lot to me. Okay, so first, let me start with what is. Let me turn this down. I want no feedback. What is Father's Day? What is Father's Day? So, and when was it started? So Father's Day is a holiday and celebration of fathers and father figures celebrating fatherhood, bonds, and the influence of fathers, and of course father figures. It's currently celebrated in the United States annually on the Sunday in June. All right, now let's since we really realize where you're from. who started. Let's talk about who started Father's Day. Let's do that. Let's do that. So Father's Day was founded by, I love this name. It was an old name, but I love this name. Sonora Dodd of Spokane, Washington in 1910. In 1910. Hold on for a minute. I gotta make sure I'm live. It's awesome. Y'all bear with me because I thought I saw my live had ended. Let me see. Y'all bear with me. I would have sworn your live has ended. But I'm checking now. Okay, it's up here. It must have been the first one I had to get. But anyway, yes, her name was Sonora Dodd DD of Spokane, Washington in 1910. Wow. Now she was actually born in Arkansas. So it was a celebration in Spokane YMCA on June the 19th, 1910. Her father, which was a Soviet, Mr. Jackson, was a single parent. He was raising 7 children. A 7 children, single parent. And she got the idea, Sonora got the idea of Father's Day when she went in 1909 while she was listening to a sermon honoring Mother's Day. So she got the idea, okay, so now I'm sitting here listening to a sermon honoring mothers. What about, let's see, can we get something going for honoring fathers? Makes sense. Makes sense?
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
Makes sense. So how did Father's Day actually begin now? In 1966, President Lyndon Johnson issued the first presidential proclamation honoring fathers, designating the third Sunday in June as Father's Day. 6 years later, though, the day was made a permanent national holiday when President Richard Nixon signed it into law in 1972. So give it up for that. It was signed into law 6 years later, though. It was signed into law in 1972 by President Nixon.
Thank you, Nixon. Thank you,
President Nixon. Isn't that something? So now we ask, we celebrated Mother's Day. Okay, cool. Why should we celebrate Father? Why do you think we should celebrate Father's Day?
I think it's more important. Father's Day is more important now because
Hold on, y'all. Sorry. This is Mike. Okay, so that's all right. So my mic was muted. You won't connecting, right? My Bluetooth right there. So my mic was muted. So oh, it's connect. Okay, it's that's why I didn't take that up. Yeah, take that off. Yeah, take the Bluetooth off. It was connected to my iPods. I might so this is what I'm just gonna do. Those just watching, I'm sorry, but I'll now still you were watching, but I don't know if you heard me when I was asking you when you first came on. Could you hear us talking? If you know you couldn't, it's all right, because what Miss J get ready to do, Miss J get ready to start what I just did over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready to start what I said over. Those that's watching, that's gonna be watching and the replay, I apologize. But I gotta do this over because obviously my mic was muted. That's not good. Anyway, we're gonna start this thing over again. That's the old one. Okay. It wasn't, it's not muted. Okay. So it wasn't muted yet. Okay. You started, okay. But see, I just did just then.
It's good.
Huh?
It's good. Good now.
Okay, I hope so. So I'm saying my mic is good, y'all. But see, we can go back and look when we first started. You see what I'm saying? We can see what I'm saying? So I got a feeling that when we first that mic was muted because I saw it just so happened. I looked on my screen off that big red thing and it said mic muted. And we all been talking. So I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna do this again. Welcome everybody in. Welcome. And thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm starting over. Thank y'all for tuning in to Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast. Um, I have my very special guest here, my son, Montreal. He's here. And he's going to help. We're gonna talk about Fathers and Father's Day. We're gonna talk about Juneteenth, okay? And I do apologize for any inconvenience, any technical issues before this right here that we're speaking. Okay. So let's just jump into what I'm going over again. I'm sorry. What is Father's Day? Father's Day is a holiday and celebration honoring fathers and celebrating fatherhood and father figures and the influence of fathers with their family. It's currently celebrated in the United States annually on the third Sunday in June. The third Sunday in June. All right, so let's talk about who started Father's Day. Who started Father's Day? Who you think? Whoever started was pretty good, right?
Yeah, they're very considerate.
They were very, very right. So, the lady that's the person that started Father's Day, it was founded by Sonora Smart Dodd, D-O-D-D, of Spokane, Washington, in 1910. 1910. And she was born in Arkansas. So it was the first celebration in Spokane at a YMCA on June 19th, 1910. She was there listening to a sermon honoring mothers for Mother's Day. Okay? So she had the idea. Okay, now they're honoring mothers. I'm sitting here listening to us and honoring mothers. Why not fathers? And she was raised by her father, William. He raised 7 children. He raised on his own 7 children.
Shout outs to Mr. William.
And so she came up with the idea in 1909. That was when she was listening to that sermon when they honoring mothers. Okay, so we see what it is. We started. How did Father's Day begin? Actually, beginning of Father's Day. I started the beginning of Father's Day. It was in 1966 when President Lyndon B. Johnson issued the first presidential proclamation honoring fathers. That was in 1966. I was just 4 years old. It was in 1966 when he issued the very first presidential proclamation on fathers, designating the third Sunday in June as Father's Day. But 6 years passed. Okay, that was made when it was made permanently by President Nixon in 1972. Permanently made in 1972, Father's Day. Thank you, Mr. Nixon. Thank you, Mr. Nixon. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. So now, in your perspective, in my perspective, why do you think why celebrate Father's Day?
I think you should celebrate Father's Day to really show appreciation for that father and appreciation for that father figure that's in you, that's always with willing to help you raise all children or your kids. And I feel like it's not enough appreciation on a day-to-day basis for men. So I'm extremely glad that there is a Father's Day, because that is one true and real opportunity to show appreciation to that man and that father figure, how important and how much you value him in this time.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So, yeah.
So why do we celebrate Father's Day? For my research, Father's Day is acknowledges and celebrates the contribution of fathers to their own families and society, of course. On this day, children, and we as adults too, we get a chance to appreciate our fathers. Or I'm adding father figures. Okay,
Boom.
we get boom. We get a chance to honor them. We get a chance to do that, and all the people who have played a vital role into their lives, and it can be mentally, emotionally, even financially. But now I'm gonna take this thing a little bit further. What does the Bible say about Father's Day? About fathers, rather. What does the Bible say about fathers? In Psalms 103, 13th verse, as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. Proverbs 22, 6. 22 and 6. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. Now, I remember that from a long time ago. I sure do. How many remember that? 2 Samuel 7, verse 14 and 15. 7 chapter, verse 14 and 15. I will be a father to him, and he'll be a son to me.
Amen.
I'll be a father to him, and he'll be a son to me. Wow. Wow. That was powerful. But now I know y'all, because I definitely remember that one about in Proverbs 22, 6 verse 6 chapter. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are that not turn for me. I definitely remember that as a small child. I remember that. I remember that. That's gonna be watching live, watching me play. If y'all hear this, y'all put y'all comments. Did y'all remember that? How old were y'all when you heard that statement? Heard that on because I definitely remember that one. I sure do. I sure do. But now, now I gotta say this. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. But not all men are fathers. Oh, I'm getting ready to go there. Y'all already know. Not all men are fathers. Nope. You may have 2 or 3 babies, 4 or 5 babies, 6, 7 babies, 1 baby. But not all men are fathers. They're not. Now, how do y'all feel about when and have father figures taking the place of their father? How do y'all feel about it? What's your take on that, Trail?
It's a blessing. I think it was written out to be that way, because if it wouldn't be.
Exactly.
And that mother figure definitely deserves some appreciation every day, and on this day, wanting to do that.
Exactly. Because y'all know what? Let me tell you, y'all already know I be transparent with y'all. And I'm getting ready to be very transparent on this day about something. But I'm just glad my mentality wasn't to the point where I felt that way about myself. I had my kid's father to look me in my face and tell me when he got ready to walk out on me and our children. Yeah, I'm going there. Oh, I'm going there today. That man looked me in my face and told me, "Won't no man gonna want you with 3 children with your ugly self." I will never forget that. Oh yeah, I'm going there. Now I'm gonna get ready to tell you, if I would have believed that from that man, what he said to me, ain't no telling where I would be. But let me tell you something. My husband, Mr. J, was that one that came right in with me and my 3 and his 3. You understand? Y'all feel me where I'm going with this? And raised everybody. So yeah, somebody wanted me and my 3 children. Somebody wanted Miss J and my 3 children. And we still rocking, going on 20 years in next Valentine's Day. That's the father figure. Oh yeah, I'm going there. If I step on somebody's toes, it is what it is. But that's a father figure. But just like you said, son, father figures don't have to do that. They don't. They don't have to. He have to come into my life and make me well. Cause sometimes they come into life and don't mean shit to you. I'm for you. I'm just keeping one. Y'all already know. Sometimes they out of your life. Oh yeah, but you think you the one, and it don't be like that. 29 years of marriage come Valentine's Day next year. But if I would have thought what that man looked in my face and told me, no man gonna want me and my 3 children. Huh, real? But yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I know there's some mothers out there now who just listening, gonna watch the replay or watching on YouTube, whatever. I'm pretty sure y'all probably got a similar story Well, a man came into your life and raised your children very, very well. Because that's exactly what he did. He helped me. He helped me raise my three and his three. No doubt. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Your
Right.
thoughts? Your thoughts?
My thoughts. I mean, just to hear that from a man is kind of like, in my opinion, that was just someone the devil was willingly using, you know, and so he got replaced because God really does show favor to his children. So he replaced him with someone that was in his will, and he seen fit for for the challenge,
It's good.
and that's a true blessing right there. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm blessed
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thankful.
Exactly. And why? Express
I mean,
how you
I'm
feel.
thankful because I mean he came in with so much knowledge and so much to give, not material wise. I'm not
That's right.
speaking material wise. I'm
Exactly.
speaking give like to society, and that was through the knowledge and the hands-on things that he already knew, like to raise us or whatever. He definitely wanted to leave his manly and fatherly mark in this world and took on us as his legacy and his opportunity to do just that. So I'm definitely like proud of my man. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of my father, who I consider my father. Definitely proud of him and thankful that God brought him into our lives.
Yeah.
And give us what we needed to have in order to make it through pretty much anything.
Exactly.
Anything.
Sure did.
I'm all grateful.
And that's why right now, Trail know how to work the car.
I'm a jack of all trades. Number two.
Number two, yeah, cause Mr. J number one. Yeah,
Right.
yep. That's exactly why. He took him up on there with his wings, and that's what we want, ladies. That's what fathers and father figures does. They supposed to come into your life, and if you got kids, if it's a special father in your life, and they supposed to come in there and do what the other one won't doing. Do what the other one won't doing.
Being legitimate.
Exactly.
Be legitimate.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's the word. That's the word. And I am thankful for Mr. J. I am so thankful for him because not only did he, like I said, he raised my three, no, he had three too. We all was raised in there. We all was in there. You see, that's what you call a blended family. We all was in there. I was in there, and he didn't have to do that. The man, he didn't have to stick and stay like he did, like he has done. And I'm so grateful for him for that. I'm so grateful for my husband. Yes, that were husband. Yes, that were husband when I was told about going to want me with my three children. Yes, my husband on 29 years. Yes. I am so grateful for him. I really am. I really am. Because honestly speaking, keep it 100. Y'all know that's how Miss J do. Honestly speaking, I'm not gonna say I couldn't have done it without, but I will say this: it was damn sure enough better with him. See, when you got young men and you got boys coming up and being men, the girls to be men, women. I'm gonna get to go there too. I'm getting ready to go there. We as women, we can't teach them all of that to be a man. We can't, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Now we try. Yes, we do. But it takes a man. It takes a man. It ain't gotta be the father, but it takes a man to come into your kid or child life to come. That young man, that's what's needed. I'm sorry, y'all. We mothers, yes. I was trying. I was until I met my husband. I was. And one thing I can say, knock on some wood, None of them been locked down. None of them been locked down. Do y'all understand how good that makes me feel to say that and how proud I am? That's a whole thing, and that's a everything okay? Okay. That's a whole thing within itself. Young men, come on. I never had to get a phone call. That's why I say, ladies, and like I said, I'm not trying to hurt our feelings, but you need a man in your home that wants to be there, that wants to be there, help you raise your child or children, to raise your grown man up. I'm just keeping it 100. I am, and like I said, now y'all know, y'all know we try, ladies, we do try, and now I don't feel like I was doing a bad job until I met my husband. I don't. I really don't. What do you think?
No, I got a lot of knowledge, both from my parents. So both of y'all was doing exactly what you were supposed to, and extra. I can pretty much be anything I want to be.
Exactly, and that's why I've always told all my children, you can be whatever you want to be. You can do that. And y'all remember I did a segment when I was saying sometimes when your relationships don't work, and how some of us ladies, we go right out there a month or two later, start talking to somebody else. When that situation happened with me and their dad, it was a while before I even thought about dealing with a man. The reason why I time, and I told y'all in the segment, and I'm gonna say it again, I took time to reconnect back with my children. And the reason for that, because when you're in a relationship now you're dividing yourself. Okay? You divide between the child, and your boyfriend, not your husband, your boyfriend. All right? The time y'all separate or break or whatever, it's time to reconnect back with your children. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Take some time to reconnect with them. And I think it was about a year and a half to two before I even try to look at a man. I was reconnecting about my kids. That I'm talking about me. Like I told y'all, I'm the only one that could talk about Miss J. I'm just saying. So it don't always take that real father to come up here and raise me. It don't. The father figure. And now I'm gonna take it a step. It can even be an uncle. Am I wrong?
Right.
It could be an uncle that those kids just love so much, and that uncle is paying a lot of attention to them children and taking them here, taking them there. They may look at that uncle as a figure here on his Father's Day. So I shout out to my uncle. Some of y'all might get some Father's Day cards from nieces and nephews. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping 100. I'm just keeping 100. It's the truth. So it doesn't mean father. It could be an uncle that's a father figure to somebody.
It can be a papa too.
Yeah, there we go.
It can be a grandpa.
Yes.
Papa.
Exactly. Exactly. It can be a papa. Yeah. All right. Now you see. Okay. Now let's go there. Oh, you're going there. Do y'all realize grandparents are so important to children? We are. So that papa can also be a father figure for a child also. That papa can be that one that's picking that child children up and taking them fishing every other Saturday. Let's teach them how to do. Are y'all getting this? And my folks on YouTube, if anybody watching, because I'm sorry I haven't looked to see. And if you watch the replay, y'all listen to this. Y'all, it's the same thing. That father figure is how that individual look at you. It perceives you to be. Whether it's papa, whether it's an uncle, And you don't see this. Whether it's a neighbor sitting right there, standing right there beside you, that's taking time out to come over there and play with your son, and talk to your children, and blah blah blah. Or they got some children too. But come on, y'all come on, go where you going, so and so. You don't know how that person is perceiving your neighbor as a father figure. I'm just saying. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. It might be a neighbor getting a father's car from another neighbor's child just because they really think a lot of that particular neighbor. I'm just being honest. So to me, it doesn't mean biological father. Mm-mm. It don't mean that. Now, it's my opinion. It doesn't mean biological father. Whatever that individual that comes to your life that you see that person to be, that your feelings towards him as a father. That's what means there's a lot to me. So shout out to my father figures. Shout out to the one that steps in when the mother ones left.
Don't want to.
Yeah, or the one that don't want to, don't plan to. Exactly. Shout out to the one. That's why I said this segment, the same segment I did with my mothers. Why wouldn't you want to come up here and shout your man out or shout your father out? You see what I'm saying? Shout them out. Shout them out.
Go ahead and call them.
Yeah.
If you ain't called them, go ahead and call them.
Go ahead and call them. Exactly. But down there, go pick that phone up and call us. And you know what, Dad? Or you know what, Uncle so I want to wish you happy Father's Day. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. And tell them, yeah.
Tell them why.
Tell them why. Exactly. Tell them why.
If it choke you up, let it choke you up.
Let it choke you up.
Because it's coming from the heart.
That's right. Because it's coming from the heart. If it chokes you up, it chokes you up because it's going to be coming from the heart. And I meant that. If I step by the toes, hey, it is what it is. Don't mean to, but I've always told y'all on Miss J Speak Talk Show and podcast platform, I'm going to keep 100 with you, and I'm transparent with you. So yes, I shared that little bit of me, what happened to me. But that man out there came into my life with my 3 and his 3, and we raised them all.
Things I would have never, teachings I would have never learned.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Mm-hmm. It's not all about money, y'all. No. It's about picking the phone up, tell the kids to get ready, pick them up. We going so on. Okay. Go ahead on. Let them go ahead on. See, because that's the bonding time. That's the way they bond. Like I said, and I'm going to say it again, we women, we got these boys, we got children, the babies not their boys, they grow up, they just not, we're doing the best we can. But we can't show them and tell them the manly stuff. We just can't. We try. I'm not gonna discredit us because, like I said, I know what I did for 2 years until I met my husband, and I feel like I did an excellent job.
Immaculate.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, immaculate, as my son just said, immaculate job.
Fantabulous.
Mm-hmm. So Trail is my son. I have, let me see. I got Trail, Jarek, Joey, Jordan, Joe. Right there. Okay? So you need men to raise them boys. You just do. But now, if we got single mamas out there that's raising them boys, keep doing your thing. Doing what you're doing. But in these days and time, it's a man that's needed.
A father figure.
A father figure that's needed.
A role model.
A role. There we go. A role model. A role model. So right now, you know, something happened with my husband or something, and something going on with my car. I already know this one right here. Look, this is my car making so. See, right here.
I'll call you in 10 minutes.
Yeah, because he learned everything from my husband, and my husband learned everything from his dad. Everything from his dad, from working on boats, motors, from rebuilding them, turning them down, everything.
Carpentry.
Yes.
Landscaping.
Yes. Everything. See how that stuff travels down? That father bonding. So y'all, I know it's a day. I smell food cooking out there. I want y'all to have a good time and enjoy one another. But now, real quick, and like I said, I'm gonna talk about Juneteenth real quick, and we getting up off this mic. We getting up off this and go celebrate Father's Day. Yeah, gonna celebrate Father's Day. And I want to say shout out to my son that's not sitting up here on camera with me. Happy Father's Day to you, but I will be calling y'all. I'll be calling
all my brothers. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk Juneteenth real quick. I know about to find that grill up. Smell them pigs already. I already know. They find that they're gonna grill up already. But anyway, Juneteenth. Doesn't that sound funny saying it's a holiday now? Yeah. Wow. Long time coming. Juneteenth. It has been celebrated really locally in Texas since the 1860s. And became an official state holiday there in 1980. Now, the public awareness of Juneteenth grew in 2020, all because of the protests. After police killings of several Black Americans, including George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. The holiday is called Juneteenth Independence Day, Freedom Day, Emancipation Day. President Joe Biden signed the bill June 17, 2021 that was passed by Congress to set aside Juneteenth or June 19th as a federal holiday. And I'm going to quote him what he said. I hope this is the beginning of a change in the way we deal with one another. Unquote. I'm going to say that again. When he signed that bill, this is what he said. I hope this is the beginning of a change in the way we deal with one another. Unquote.
Meaning promotes individual value.
Okay.
He's hoping that everybody's mentality change and start to treat everybody like they don't like they not better than each other. Everybody's pretty much equal. Good treat, consideration. There's no selfish acts going on. You know, just you reciprocating respect. Exactly. And love.
The Senate approved the bill unanimously. I can't say that word, but y'all know what I'm trying to unanimously. There you go. Get my mouth. Unanimously. On the 14 House Republicans, many represented states that were part of the slaveholding Confederacy in the 19th century posed the something. Isn't that something? They want to do it. Wow. 14 House Republicans. They was opposing it. Wow.
Sound like there's some racist people in that house.
The way it sound like that. Yeah, 14. 14 House Representatives.
Probably still hard too.
Yeah. So now, but why now though? Why now? Let me tell you why. Yes, I'm reading my notes. The national reckoning over race helped set the stage for Juneteenth to become the very first federal holiday since 1983, when Martin Luther King Jr. Day was created. Wow. 1983. That was when Martin Luther King Jr. Day was created. This is our second holiday since 1983. Why now? Why now? The bill was sponsored by Senator Edward Markey, and he had 6 co-sponsors. Bipartisan support emerged as lawmakers struggle to overcome divisions that are still simmering. They are still simmering following the police killing of last year of Floyd. Wow. So the support of the holiday have worked to make sure Juneteenth celebration do not forget the way the day exists. I'm gonna read it again. Supporters of the holiday have worked to make sure Juneteenth celebrators does not forget why the day exists. Don't forget why it exists. Hey, Janet. Hey, sis.
Hey, Miss Brown.
So my final note is that there's also sentiment to use the day to remember the sacrifices that were made between freedom, the United States, especially those that were racially and politically charged. Did y'all just say it? I'm gonna say it again. There is also sentiment to use the day to remember the sacrifices. Keyword: the sacrifices that were made for freedom in the United States. Now, y'all already know that the people that were slaves 2 years that went past for massa, even let them know that they were free. Did you?
2 years that they wasn't forced to make you.
Yeah.
So they didn't even force them to let you know. They let them slide 2 more years.
They worked them 2 more years before they told that they were free. Now, how mean is that? How mean is that?
Deceitful, cruel.
Exactly.
Savage.
2 years of working and it was free. Wow. My final thing I want to say, and we wrap it up. Our freedoms are fragile, and it doesn't take much for things to go backwards.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
So yeah, our freedoms, especially as men of color and boys of color, they are fragile. It doesn't take much at all to stop being interrogated, and then you can go down there to your boy in time or any type of consequences he's about to receive because they didn't catch him like he's supposed to. So that's it from all the father and father figure and role model, all of that. To y'all, to everybody who's watched, just make sure you really teach and show your boys, specifically your boys, how to keep their composure, hold their composure, and really refrain from acting on those negative thoughts. Teach them a way to get away from those without causing destruction and damage because at the end of the day, they're the ones who made they're the ones who made the choice to act on whatever type of horrible aggression, and it's going to traumatize not the people around them,
That's
but
right.
it's going to traumatize them as well, because now they not to lay in that bed that they unknowingly made. So she just pay attention to your boys. Always know it, and they should be on the full street light. Come on.
Yeah, we use that. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
You
The street lights. Exactly.
they'll be home.
Because you got our freedoms are fragile, and it doesn't take much for things to go backwards.
Real
yeah,
fast.
We free. It don't take much for it to turn around and go backwards. I'm just saying. I know it's a holiday, and I know it's Father's Day, but you still think about the sacrifices that was made for Juneteenth. And I have to commend Joe Biden for signing as a holiday. He got a lot of flack behind it.
Lower these gas prices.
And there is some companies that gets paid day off, and there's some that don't pay for taking June for being off for June. It is. I had some more written down, but I didn't find it right now. Yeah, it's a lot of states, that offers, that's a holiday. You don't have to work, but it's some no, you don't work.
Oh yeah.
You saying?
You gotta keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on them.
It's something that does that. But either way, y'all enjoy yourself, enjoy your father, enjoy your father figure, enjoy your Juneteenth celebration. Make sure you do that. If you haven't already called your father figure, go ahead on and do it. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, because I told y'all on my Mother's Day I'm gonna do the same thing with father, because it's no more than right. It's no more than right to honor the fathers too. And
call your dad.
That's okay.
Call Papa, call your dad while he at work.
Yes.
And thank him.
And if he's at work if he had to work or something, pick that up and just say, look, I know you're at work. I just want to wish you happy Father's Day. I see you when you get home.
For sure.
You'll be surprised how that man the rest of that day will go. And let me say this. If you got a boo and y'all have been arguing or something and you're mad, put that aside. Leave it alone. Don't wish that man happy Father's Day. And the reason why I'm going to tell you that, because your bills are paid, your children are taken care of, and you got a roof over your head. And especially if he's been provided to do that. Why you walk around there mad? Oh yeah, I said it. Why you gonna do that? Leave it alone. God will wish that man had Father's Day. And go in there and cook. It's over and done with. That's your provider. That's your provider. I don't know about keep 100. Why I'm gonna walk over here and be mad? No.
On the day that's dedicated.
Yeah.
Us. Yeah. Why mad? Why you want to be mad on our day?
Yes. Yeah.
You already missed the birthday, y'all.
But why be mad?
You couldn't go nowhere.
Why be mad on Father's Day, right? But it goes the same way with Mother's Day too. But I'm just saying, if there's something like that is going on, y'all put that stuff aside and go ahead and enjoy that Father's Day with that man, or your father figure, go enjoy yourself today. All right. With that being said, thank y'all for tuning in, and I do apologize if it was repetitious. I don't know the first 15 minutes while me and my son was talking. I saw on my screen where it said after a while, but afterwards I saw it said it was muted. So that was why I started right back over. Yes, I did. I didn't click out, come back. Nope. When I clicked in to turn my mic on, you just started the process back over. Okay, y'all. Don't hold that me. Don't hold it. Just talk to the mind. Okay. I love y'all.
Thank y'all. Bye-bye.
Thank y'all. Y'all enjoy yourself out there. It's not that hot. Enjoy yourself.